Big changes are coming to the foods WIC offers starting July 1st. This is only the third time the WIC food package has dramatically changed in 50 years. The new WIC food benefits offer shoppers more choice and flexibility at your store. WIC shoppers will be able to buy these new foods starting July 1st. We are mailing paper copies of the new English and Spanish food list mid-June. It will also be available and updated on the WIC Shopper app July 1st. Let's take a look at the food list changes and revisions to minimum stock requirements for stores. Starting July 1st, WIC shoppers will be able to buy fresh cut herbs with their fruit and vegetable benefit. This includes fresh herbs such as parsley, thyme, sage, rosemary, and dill. Dried herbs are not WIC eligible. The new food list includes more types of 100% whole wheat bread, such as 100% whole wheat buns, rolls, bagels, and English muffins. Whole wheat pita and naan are other new options. Check the food list for specific brands. We have great news for families who need gluten-free foods. The new list includes brand-specific, whole-grain, gluten-free products. These will be available to purchase starting July 1st. We're adding 12 more whole grains. Some examples are quinoa, millet, buckwheat, and wild rice. Whole grains need to be purchased in packages and bulk is not allowed. The full list of new whole grain options can be found in the food list. Corn masa and cornmeal are two other new whole grain options. Take a look at the food list for the specific brands. In addition to soy beverage, WIC will offer other plant-based beverages. Right now, only a few meet the WIC nutrition requirements. The new brands are Better Goods Soy Milk, Silk Kids Oat Milk Blend, and Ripple Plant-Based Milk. Let's talk cheese. 4 new cheeses are being added: Sharp Cheddar, Munster, Swiss, and Provolone. WIC will now allow sliced and shredded cheeses as well as cheese in 8-ounce packages. The yogurt category is changing quite a bit. To be WIC approved, yogurt must now have a smaller amount of added sugar. We added many new brands of yogurt and removed several brands and flavors that no longer meet the nutrition criteria. Check the new food list to make sure the brands and flavors your store carries are still WIC approved. The changes being made to yogurt options might be confusing for shoppers, so updating WIC food shelf tags in this section will be helpful for shoppers as well as cashiers. Did you know that WIC issues tofu as an alternative to the milk benefit? WIC-approved tofu must contain a certain amount of calcium. This year, we are adding O Organics, Franklin Farms, and Simple Truth Organic. We are also expanding the allowed sizes to include packages that are 14 to 16 ounces. Lately, everyone has been scrambling to find eggs. To help WIC families put eggs in their basket, WIC recently added brown eggs. Starting July 1st, WIC is also adding small, medium, extra large, and jumbo sizes. WIC families with peanut allergies will be excited to have an alternative to peanut butter. We are adding specific brands of almond butter, sunflower butter, and sesame seed butter, which is also known as tahini. In July, everyone, except for babies, will receive fish in their WIC benefits. Children will receive a smaller quantity of fish than women, so we are adding smaller package size options for tuna and salmon. Beginning July 1st, WIC will allow cans and pouches that are 2.5 to 20 ounces and packaged in either water or oil. And in an effort to improve the popularity of sardines, we've added the Beach Cliff brand as another option. This year, we are adding several new cereals, including Cheerios Veggie Blends, Grain Berry, new flavors of Frosted Mini Wheats, and much more. The new regulation requires WIC to offer a greater amount of whole grain cereals, which are marked with a W on the food list. And finally, here's a juicy tidbit. In Oregon, WIC participants will no longer automatically have juice in their benefits. If they want juice, participants can ask to swap $3 of their fruit and vegetable benefit for 1 container of juice before shopping at the store. Take a look at the new food list to see the updated juice options. To go along with these major changes in WIC foods, we have also revised the minimum stock requirements for vendors. These new requirements offer more flexibility for stores to stock foods that meet their customers' needs. Let's look at what's changing. Starting July 1st, WIC will no longer require stores to stock infant cereal, baby food, frozen juice, or quarts of milk. We will simplify the fruit and vegetable requirement by making it the same for all stores. On July 1st, make sure you have at least 10 different fruits and vegetables. 8 of these must be fresh, including at least 3 vegetables and 2 fruits. The other 2 may be fresh, frozen, or canned. The whole grain benefit amounts will become 24 and 48 ounces, eliminating the need for stores to carry whole grains in 16-ounce packages. Stores will need to carry at least 3 varieties of whole grains in a range of sizes between 12 and 24 ounces. As we mentioned earlier, WIC now allows block, sliced, and shredded cheeses in 8-ounce as well as 16-ounce packages. Stores will be able to carry any of these in either size to meet minimum stock requirements. Nut and seed butters will be combined into one category with dry and canned beans, peas, and lentils to offer more flexibility. Stores will need to carry at least 4 packages of any combination of these WIC-approved legumes. Since more WIC participants will be receiving fish in their benefits, stores will be required to have at least 50 ounces of WIC-eligible fish on the shelf. The fish may be in cans or pouches and packed in water or oil. Stores will now be required to carry at least 2 whole grain cereal options to improve the availability of whole grain cereals. If your store only carries a few WIC cereals, make sure at least 2 of them are whole grain. The final change to minimum stock requirements is for formula. Beginning July 1st, 2025, stores in peer groups 101 and 102 must stock at least 6 cans of 12.4-ounce Similac Advanced Powder. Stores in peer groups 103 and 104 need to have at least 12 cans. If you're not sure about your store's peer group, use the clickable link on the minimum stock form to view the peer group descriptions. These new minimum stock requirements will take effect on July 1st, 2025. Review the products in your store to make sure you meet the new requirements. This year, we surveyed WIC participants to find out how they identify WIC foods at the store. Results showed that 30% of WIC shoppers look for shelf tags at the grocery store. Correctly placed shelf tags ensure that shoppers bring the right WIC foods to the register, which saves cashier time having to fix errors. With so many changes happening, we created a new webpage for vendors with information about the new foods. Included is a spreadsheet of the recently added and removed products. Please spend some time updating WIC food shelf tags at your store. Use the spreadsheet with the new food list to make sure new foods are labeled correctly. Don't forget to remove shelf tags from foods that are no longer eligible. The WIC Shopper app's Scan Barcode feature is another useful tool for making sure shelf tags are correctly placed. You can scan the UPC barcode on a product to see if it's WIC approved. Newly added foods will show as WIC approved in the app starting July 1st. This is a lot of change. With all the new foods, there might be some eligible foods that we won't have in our system by July 1st. Use the WIC Shopper app's I couldn't buy this feature to submit information on products that could be added. You can also send product UPCs to us by email. An initial supply of English and Spanish food lists will arrive at your store by the end of June. If you need more food lists or other WIC materials like shelf tags, you can send your request to us by email, mail, or fax. It is because of you that our WIC participants can bring nutritious foods to their table to grow healthy families. Thank you for partnering with the Oregon WIC program.